on the ground. Now, yesterday night, Nairobi City Thunder got a massive 106-69 win over Equity Dumas in a basketball Premier League match that was played at the Nyayo Gymnasium. And that is the conversation that we are having this afternoon. It's all about Nairobi City Thunder roaring in the region, and they want to make more history. And joining me in the studio is Bush Wamkota, as well as Marcel Awor, who's the Chief of Staff, and Mary Githinji from I&M Bank. We want to talk about Nairobi City Thunder. Bush, welcome to Scoreline.
Thank you very much.
It's been a while since you were here.
Yeah, it's been a while, but you know, I'm always feeling welcome over here.
Yes, Marcel, good to have you here. First time you're here on Scoreline.
Yes, thank you for having us.
Good to have you here. Mary, how are you?
Feeling good, feeling excited about what we're about to discuss. So,
how are you feeling standing too? You know, normally here in the office, they say that I'm one of the tallest guys. But today, I feel intimidated.
If you think you feel intimidated,
yes.
Well, try standing next to these two giants. But, well, we shall survive.
Yes, Bush, why Nairobi City Thunder? I mean, you've played across the region. Why did you decide to, you know, now let me play for City Thunder?
I mean, it's back home, you know, say home is where, you know, so the heart is always is. And to have, for a long time in Kenya, we didn't have a team that could be able to put the greatest talents of our generation in our country on the map. So that's why a lot of us, you know, say had to play internationally, because if you're good enough to play internationally, you know what I'm saying? Like you need that platform, you need that, you know, that exposure to show the world what Kenya got. And now that we have Nairobi City Thunder in the country, and we are able to use the platform of Nairobi City Thunder to represent our own country internationally, there's no other better blessing than that. So, you know, that's why we come back home to play.
Marcel, you have transformed Nairobi City Thunder. You've made people envious of what you guys are doing. What is it that you're doing right that people are looking at it and they can't do that?
Well, I hope people are not looking at it and seeing it as they can't do it. But all we're doing is we're taking the models that we've seen made around the world and replicating it here in the Kenyan market. We're just trying to revolutionize basketball, but also revolutionize the way that sports is viewed in the country and on the continent, and the commercial viability that sports have. And so we're hoping that we incentivize other groups to come and do something similar by what we're doing, and just having a through-and-through approach when it comes to making a sustainable sports organization work.
Mary, recently, I&M Bank gave Nairobi City Thunder 10 million. Why City Thunder?
Well, for us, as I&M Bank, it's not just a sponsorship, Whereas people might see it as a sponsorship where we're building just brand visibility. It goes deeper than that. So today we are the official banking partner for NCT. We are the platinum sponsor. But it's about looking at a team that's already excellent and doing well, and matching that to our brand as well. So both brands are aspirational in the sense that, you know, City Thunder is breaking the barriers. You know, the first team, BAL, two-time champions. I&M Bank, you know, in the past 4 years, we've become a tier 1 bank that's growing quite fast and looking to partner as partners of minds, and to revolutionize how the youth are being, you know, lifted up in terms of the sports world. So for us, we're looking at it from economic empowerment, building from grassroots up, to a place where, you know, basketball can become like athletics. You know, we can be recognized as a country through our basketball and the teams that, you know, make it to the global scene. So we're excited about the partnership.
Marcel, you know, we've seen you bring in so many partners to Nairobi City Thunder. I mean, it's not something that is easy, is it?
No. Bringing partners on board is, well, first of all, this has been a long journey for NCT. We've been working and building what people see today for a long time. And that's the reason why you've seen so many partners come on board this season, because we've built a product that can be matched with other excellent Kenyan brands. And exactly like Mary's mentioned, that's exactly why we wanted to partner with I&M as our banking partner, because it's matching Kenyan excellence with Kenyan excellence. And we've managed to build a product where we offer sponsors and offer corporates tangible return on investment by supporting us as a team. And without the support from these corporates, we wouldn't be able to be doing and building what we are in the basketball scene, because to run a fully professional basketball organization needs a lot of resources. And in order to do it, we will never take shortcuts. And in order to do it in that way, we need the support from these other Kenyan brands. And so by building it in the right ways and having the correct governance and committing a proper return to these corporates is the reason why we've seen the surge this year of sponsors coming on board and more partnerships being forged.
Bush, as a player, how does it make you feel, knowing that when you wake up, you don't have to worry about, your payment, you don't have to worry about trading, everything is, sort and set out for you?
Just to see all these sponsors coming on board, for us as players, it just shows the belief that they have for what we are doing, and it always feels good when you're appreciated for the work that you're putting in.
Yes.
You understand? So for us as players, it's a confidence booster, and just the fact that we can wake up and just have a great working environment as players, say I don't have to worry about too much extra stuff. I know my practice jersey will always be there. I know I'll always have good nutrition. I'll always have good recovery. All this type of stuff, say it counts towards performance. Say people just come to the game, and Thunder, we always have exciting games and great performances, and people feel like it's just like you just wake up and do it. But there's a lot of work that goes in behind the scenes through the support that we get from our management and through the support we get from the sponsors as they're coming on board. So it always feels amazing for us as players, to see the work that you're putting in, getting appreciated and getting rewarded through this type of partnerships and sponsorship.
How different is it playing at home for a top team that is now participating in BAL as compared to playing for other teams that are playing in BAL in other countries?
Just the sense of pride. The sense of pride, the sense of wanting to do it for your country and for your people, and having the home crowd appreciate your talent, because like sometimes when you're outside, maybe they don't get to see how much you are doing or how much you are actually doing on the court, you understand? So, but being at home, say you're able to get the home love and the home crowd, the home fans, there's no better feeling than that.
Marcel, are you does it get to a time when you're worried about the performance on the court? Because most of the time you're running things behind the scenes.
Yeah, I mean, we're an organization where we trust everyone that's involved, right? And we have an extremely strong basketball operations staff and also extremely strong players and a strong base. So personally, I never worry about it. There's other things that need to be worried about to make sure that everything's ticking along, and I trust these guys like Bush and the rest of the players and the coaching staff to get what needs to be done on the court. And I think we're still learning. There's still some experiences that we're having as a team that are important for us to grow, specifically at the BAL level, but we know that that's all a part of the journey, and we trust the process, and we know what the final destination is for where we want to get. So I never really worry much. I know that these guys are good at their jobs and that they'll get what needs to be done.
Yeah, definitely they're good at the job, going 2 seasons unbeaten, not losing a single game in the local league. That is something that, people are jealous of. Mary, what do you get to get out of this partnership that you have with, Nairobi City Thunder?
I think for us as I&M Bank, beyond the visibility, it's when people look at someone like Bush, you're in your town, you're playing, you're aspiring, that you can see a clear pathway that leads you to a global stage.
Yes.
And for us as I&M to be a part of that, to enable the infrastructure, the governance around it, and we're working beyond just supporting the team. We're looking to work with the federation, with the government, with other like-minded partners to say, how do we build structures? How do we build, the policies, the governance around the basketball game to a space where it's widely recognized? And for us, we talk about being on our customer's side as I&M. We do that well when it comes to financial services, and it's something we want to extend into the sports space. Because when you support the game, there's a whole ecosystem around it. Yeah, it's not just the players. There's the business people that support the game. So last night, there were vendors around, supporting, providing food, merchandise, etc. So for us to come in and lead the way in this way, then we are also inviting other partners to say, how do we collectively build this ecosystem that puts Kenya on the platform, on the map, but also helps to build the communities and the businesses around sport. So, and for us, beyond just the brand, there's also financial empowerment. Yeah, so we're doing financial literacy classes for the teams. We're going into the communities to do youth programs. So it extends beyond just sponsoring NCT.
It extends beyond sponsoring NCT. Now, Bush, there's something that you said during when this partnership was being unveiled. You gave out a call to corporates to get into, to partnering with local teams, not only in basketball, but also in other sports. If you can elaborate on that.
We playing internationally, seeing what sports can do, not just for a person in the athlete himself, but for the community. You understand? So we need to uplift and encourage this as much as possible, because in general, sports builds certain types of character in people: teamwork, dedication, discipline, and these are types of values that go beyond basketball, go beyond sports. And if we want to build an upright society, I think sports is one of the major ways where we can do that. So, and for our sports to be as presentable or as successful as we need them to be, we need help from all these corporates to work together with the community for us to be able to nurture the upcoming talent and the younger generation. You understand? So, as she said, you know what I'm saying, it's not just about having the branding on the jersey. It's about growth and development of the future generation through financial literacy, through teamwork, through discipline, through these values that are core to our society as in general.
Marcel, where do you want to see Nairobi City Thunder in the next 10 years? Because right now you've put it somewhere where most people, and I'm sure young kids who are growing up right now and they're into basketball, their dream is now to play for Nairobi City Thunder. Where do you want to see City Thunder in the next 10 years?
Well, first of all, we want to be the biggest basketball team on the continent and one of the biggest basketball teams globally, honestly. We look at this as the sky is the limit, and if we aren't setting everything up to be able to challenge at a global level, then we're wasting our time to a certain extent. We want to see Nairobi City Thunder on the levels that you would be talking about Oklahoma City Thunder, about teams in Europe, about teams in Asia, and being a standout team specifically in Africa and on the continent that brings a lot of pride to Kenya and to Kenyans, but then also to bring pride to Africans when we do represent at a global level. So for us, we want to just continue to see the growth. We want to continue to refine the systems that need to be refined in order to empower athletes, exactly like Bush said, to be able to allow athletes to reach their full potential, to be able to see the broader ecosystem grow, to empower young Kenyans and young Africans to understand the opportunities that can be derived through sports, to be able to develop other industries that benefit from sports, and just overall have Nairobi City Thunder continue to be viewed as a team that's committed to its community, but that's committed to Kenya as a whole. That's as long as we do that in the next 10 years, I'll be happy.
From where you sit, do you believe that Kenyans see those opportunities that come from sports?
I think Kenyans are starting to see the opportunities that come from sports, and we've seen opportunities over a long period of time, but I think a lot of the opportunities that Kenyans have kind of earmarked or focused on are not local opportunities per se. We've had enormous talent come in the track and field space, in rugby, football, basketball, etc. But a lot of the talent has been forced to leave Kenya in order to develop and make a professional or living out of that specific sport. And with what we're doing locally, I think we're really starting to shine the light in a positive way on what can be built and done locally.
Mary, is it only basketball?
For us, no. Basketball is just the start. Like I said, sport is a universal, unifier, right? And sport is not just a game, it's an economic vehicle. So we'll start with basketball. You never know what the future holds. But for us, our anchor is really that. How do we empower communities through sports.
Let me ask you, Mary, the same question that I asked Marcel. Why is it that, people don't see those opportunities that are there in sports that, can transform this country from where you sit?
I think and I'll just build to what Marcel has spoken about. We are very fixated on the game. We come and we watch the game. We don't look at how that is an actual business. It's an ecosystem that can be built. If you look at the Western world, and last 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, New York Knicks, New York came to a standstill.
Yes.
Yeah, because of that. Imagine that economy built around it. Look at Rwanda and BK Arena and what they've managed to build. If we're able to look at it from how it actually builds the whole economy, then we're able to put in the right structures, the right infrastructure, the right governance for it to thrive. And more so for the players, if we're able to give them a pathway that then tells them that, look, this is actually a business, you can commercialize this, then it becomes a different conversation. And I think as ANIM, we are there at the heart of starting that conversation. Yeah.
Bush, of course, the local league has not been a problem for you guys. BAL has been the problem. So now going forward, things probably going to change for you guys.
I think things are already in motion and changing and improving. You see, like as players, say with this type of sponsorships and everything, it puts you in a certain, it provides stability for us, you understand? Like in terms of preparation. With sports, it's all about preparation, you understand?
Yes.
The better you prepare, the better chances you give yourself of performing at a high level, you understand? So for us, being able to prepare fully and being able to do what we're supposed to do in terms of all that is required of us as players, the rest going into competition is like going to do something that you are used to doing, you understand?
Yes.
So I believe like going forward, we have a better chance, we have a better ceiling as far as saying the word. I believe with our preparation, we are trying to tweak what we went wrong. Like, say it's all about learning. Life is a curve that you learn, you come back to the drawing board, you learn, then you come back to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I believe we are doing better preparation. We are doing all that is required of us to make sure that we get over that hump. So it's just been a little bit of a hump for us at the BAL level, but with the right preparation and everything that the management is doing for us in the right way, we will be able to get over it.
Awesome. Marcel, fun experience is also something that, in any sport, it's something that is very fundamental. How are you looking forward to improving it? Because so far, we can see, as Bush said, there's something moving. But how are you looking forward to improving the fun experience for the Nairobi City Thunder fans?
Yeah, support from groups like INM allow us to continue to refine different processes, and a part of that is the experience that our fans have when they're engaging with us on social media, when they're coming to a game, or when they're engaging with us at events outside of basketball. And we look forward to continuing to improve that by having the continued games in the Kenya Premier League, as well as starting to introduce cross-continental play, exhibition games, exhibition tournaments, and so on and so forth. And the fans are the core of everything that we do. We focus on the fans and the community with every decision that we make, and we want to continue to be able to engage our fans so that Nairobi City Thunder is a brand that gives you an experience. Basketball is the convening factor, but overall it's an experience that we want to unlock for people that are based in Kenya, visiting Kenya, and in other countries around Africa and the world. And so there's a lot that we have planned. I would say stay tuned, keep track on our socials with different specific activations that we have going on, but we definitely have a lot that's coming for our fans over the next few months.
Mary, as we wrap up, is this one-time thing?
Oh, no, no. So as with any partnership,
yes,
it's a long-term view. Nairobi City Thunder is going far.
Yes.
Yeah, we've just heard from Marcel and Bush. there's a broader conversation with the Federation that we're looking to, broaden the partnership. And for us, really, even just building on that experience, I just want to invite our consumers, our customers listening in, sign up for our OTG app, start the journey with us, and be a part of that experience. So, karibuni.
Yes, of course. Thank you very much, Bushwa Mkota, who's a center for Nairobi City Thunder, as well as Marcel Awori, who's the chief of staff at Nairobi City Thunder, and Mary Gidinji from Bank, of course, for making time to come in and talk to us about the partnerships, and as well as what to expect from Nairobi City Thunder when it comes to the Basketball Africa League. I want us to take a short break. When we come back, we'll be shifting gears. We'll be talking about the World Rafting Cup that will be taking place from the 5th of July in Sagana. That will be in a bit.